Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm doing a video on what is Nintendo Labo. Now, Nintendo Labo is this new video that Nintendo just released a few days ago of this recording. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'll put it that way. Well, basically, if you're not already aware, Nintendo Labo is basically Nintendo does these cardboard kits, but also like it's cardboard, but it's fused with video games and all integrated with the Joy-Cons, and the Joy-Cons mixed and or fused with the cardboard to make sort of old school sort of play, like how kids when you were younger probably played, or people played with boxes and that, when people buy you presents or you'd get toys as a kid or something, you'd be more fascinated and play more with the box than anything else. But then like video games, it's taking the detachable controllers, fusing that with the cardboard and making for interesting sort of just creativity, and I mean, to be fair, a lot of people's major criticism with this is the fact that, one, it's made out of cardboard, so is it durable? Which, yeah, I guess, but I mean, it's easily repairable, it's biodegradable, so it's eco-friendly, in contrast to the just plastic peripherals of the Nintendo Wii age. It's not got any massive amount of electronics besides the Joy-Cons, and if you have a Nintendo Switch or have more than one Nintendo Switch in your household, then you'll have more than enough Joy-Cons, and depending on what you're making depends on how many Joy-Cons you might need. Now, the two major options thus far anyway of this recording are the Labo like sort of kit thing, and then the there's the multi-Labo kit, and then there's the robot kit. So apparently though, obviously the multi-kit one's a lot less expensive than the robot one. The robot one is just one specific thing, but it's quite sort of in-depth and quite all over the place. Like, it might need to use way more than just two Joy-Cons. You've also got a giant like cardboard backpack thing on your person. It looks really interesting to me. It looks like Nintendo going into the realm of VR of sorts, and doing their take on VR. And again, it just sort of goes back to their roots of sort of being a toy company, and it just came out of left field, came out of nowhere, and just sort of, they were just like, here's this new thing, because the way I see it is, if it is as such, if the Nintendo Wii was over here for the casuals, and then all of the hardcore fans complained that it was all the way over here for being too casual and too just not appealing to the hardcore Nintendo fans and hardcore gamers, then the Switch is all the way over here, for the hardcore demographic. And you've got your mainline Zeldas and your Marios and your Splatoon 2s and your Doom and your amazing, phenomenal indie games with your Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boys and Stardew Valley and Minecraft and Rocket League and all that over here, and Skyrim and Doom and Wolfenstein's coming out and that. So, but also the Wii was all the way over here in terms of casuals. So you had your board games, you had your motion controls and all this and that was nice, and that was successful for them because they just launched it at the right time, really. And that, but the thing is, it's like, yeah, it's I guess it's finding the middle ground between the two, because some people who play, your Candy Crush or your whatever, or just play on Nintendo handhelds even, maybe primarily, might not have ever considered moving on to the Switch, because although, there's Mario Odyssey and the Zelda Breath of the Wild, maybe they haven't still appealed to that casual, casual gamer or casual just sort of person, who's only plays like maybe Nintendo handhelds and or on their smartphones and tablets, or just someone who never really plays video games or sees video games as something that don't spark creativity and that, which I think they do personally, but obviously if you're of the mindset that they don't, then you're going to be stuck with that mindset, really, that people are very stubborn. and that. But I think this is definitely a brilliant idea, that in terms of getting adults or kids getting a foot in edgeways to persuade their parents to be like, reconsider, maybe this video game thing isn't just about yelling at people online or shooting people online with Call of Duty or whatever, you know. Although that is a big part of it, you know, it's also, you know, about being able to, you know, find out ways of fixing problems in puzzle games, or beating a boss in a difficult game like Dark Souls, or, you know, or beating your best friend's, you know, best time on Mario Kart. Do you know what I mean? Or, you know, like, I don't think video games are very black and white. If anything, they're very sort of all over the place. They appeal to a large demographic of people, like, unlike any other medium. And I think with this could potentially be like that, you know. It could be the rebirth of the toy to life sort of genre, for lack of a better term, you know. That being like, you know, Lego Dimensions, which I think's pretty much been discontinued now. Disney Infinity stopped. Skylanders is beyond me. I have no idea where that is, besides probably not in production anymore, I presume, but I wouldn't know. You know, I think there's a lot of these sorts of Toys to Life stuff, and I mean, prior to this, obviously, prior to Nintendo Labo, Nintendo had Amiibos, and they were super successful, so I think this has the potential to go somewhere and be interesting. Oh, it'll definitely be interesting. Whether or not it works is beyond me. I mean, I think the ones where it requires more than one pair of Joy-Cons might be a bit tricky, but also a lot of people, I've heard online that a lot of people, or I'm hearing online that a lot of people are complaining about the fact that obviously Nintendo are essentially just selling you cardboard, but it's like, it's more than that. It's what you can do with the cardboard, and what you make with it, and how you make it, and your experience making it, and who you're making it with, and, you know, how you and the person you're making it with potentially, or yourself, you know, customize it and make it your own, and what experience you get out of it, as well as the fact that you are paying for a piece of software as well. Whether or not that will be just the duration of like a VR tech demo is beyond me, and I mean, if it is, that will be disappointing, and in that respect it would make more sense logically to just get the multi-kit one over the robot one, especially if the robot one's more expensive, and then it's still just roughly, in terms of the software, about the same time you would get with one of the multi-kit ones, because therefore you're just getting more for your money, really. Bang for your buck, for lack of a better term, with the multi-kit one. But I don't know, I mean, this isn't out until April, so we'll have to see then. And again, another thing is like, yeah, the whole durability of the cardboard thing, but again, it's eco-friendly, but also, you know, if it breaks or anything, it's easily repairable with duct tape and whatnot, you know. So I don't see what the issue there is too much, but also, you know, it's not like you have to, potentially if one of the Toy-Cons, which is an awesome name by the way, you know, the multi-kit one, if one of those Toy-Con, like the little bug thing where you can control it because it has Joy-Cons on the sides and you control the little like cardboard robot thing, you know, if that gets damaged or if it breaks or whatever, or something happens to it, last time I checked, I don't think you have to I don't think you're expected to rebuy a whole another, you know, set of Nintendo Labo, the multi-kit one, you know, just to get that one repaired. You know, you can just get your own cardboard and then remake it because you know how to do it now, you know, and the instructions are free online on their Nintendo Labo website, from what I've heard, as well as in the video, in the Nintendo Labo video. They seem to be bits of the video where you could it came across as though you could like have some of the instructions on the Switch tablet screen and or rotate stuff about, and sort of that could help you with some of the making of some of the stuff. Maybe that's only limited to certain Nintendo Labo kits and or Joy-Cons, Toy-Cons, sorry. Or maybe again they're all on the website, which I think they are, and they're free, so, you know, And again, I don't think Nintendo are expecting you to consistently keep buying, rebuying the sets if a few of them get damaged. I think they're expecting you to just buy your own materials, maybe, potentially, as well, or, you know, trade stuff about maybe with friends, or kit bash these things and or customize them and, you know, mod them yourself. And, you know, it's very inspiring that a big company like Nintendo, who at the end of the day have no real need to have ever done something as creative and as, you know, sort of childlike and just so out of left field and so raw a business risk, what's to gain from that besides potentially losing a bunch of money? But they did it anyway. Why? Because at the end of the day they are a toy company. And I think that's one of the reasons, as I'm getting older, why I'm loving Nintendo, because they just do different stuff, and whether it works, whether it works or not is, well, it would be better for everyone if it worked, but at the end of the day, as long as someone gets something out of it, then it comes across as though that's what they want, you know, as long as one customer and or gamer is happy with the product that they make and or have a decent experience, then their mission is done. And I get that sense of sort of, and that sense and or that feeling from that company, which is unheard of really, because again, most other companies just look at EA and Activision, you know, just milk and or nickel and dime their customers, you know, and that's all you get, you know. You just get more and more opportunities to buy a product that otherwise should have already been fairly decent, but it's broken. And why is it broken? Because they want more of your money, whereas Nintendo are like, we've got quite a lot of people's money via the Switch selling like hotcakes, but here's this creative thing that you guys can do, and we want to see what you, the community, make with cardboard and some Joy-Cons. Go nuts, be a kid again, you know. And I mean, I know they said and or have stated that it's primarily aimed at kids, but I can see, and as well, kids at heart, you know, so adults, you know. Again, a lot of parents will probably be making these with their kids, and a lot of adults might just be making them themselves, you know. I think it'll be very interesting to see where this goes, if anything, if it does go anywhere. If it doesn't, you know, just see where it goes, whether it's a successful thing or not a successful thing. Nintendo Labo is interesting to me because it's just so bonkers, really. It's just so Nintendo, you know. No other company would have done this. No, I can't see Microsoft or Sony or just any other company ever doing something like this, you know. They take these random risks, and sometimes they don't work, but sometimes they do, and, you know, when they do, it changes everything for everyone, you know. And a good Nintendo, a strong Nintendo, makes for a strong games industry. Full stop, really, you know. When there's good competition, it's good for everyone, so, and the only person who wins, really, is us, the consumer, so yeah, that's my thoughts on Nintendo Labo and what the hell it is. Thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.